This week in Southeast Asia, sustainability looked less like a campaign and more like an infrastructure test. The headlines were about power, batteries, carbon markets, waste, financing, and proof. The useful way to read the week is simple. Execution is now the story. Across the region, transition plans are moving into sites, factories, grids, ports, fuel systems, and balance sheets. Malaysia gave one of the clearest signals. Retiring coal plants are being discussed as future renewable energy hubs. That matters because the energy transition is not only about building new assets, it is also about reusing strategic locations, grid connections, and industrial land. Malaysia also moved further on clean power procurement for data centers, with a renewable VPPA going live. For operators, this is a reminder that digital growth and energy strategy are now connected. Power availability and clean supply can affect where growth happens. The third Malaysian signal was EV battery waste. As electric mobility grows, the country needs stronger collection, recycling, and producer responsibility systems. The business opportunity is not only selling EVs, it is building the circular infrastructure around them. Indonesia's week was about industrialization. A planned battery plant, the B50 biodiesel program, and new methanol industries all point in the same direction. Indonesia wants more of the energy transition value chain inside the country. Indonesia also moved closer to carbon market execution through forestry credits. The commercial test will be credibility. Buyers will look for monitoring, transparency, permanence, and safeguards, not just headline credit volume. Waste to energy also moved with the Bali project groundbreaking. The opportunity is real, but waste to energy succeeds only when feedstock, emissions control, community trust, and financial discipline are handled properly. Vietnam's signal was export competitiveness, carbon market preparation, tougher sustainability compliance, and rooftop solar at Samsung Vietnam all point to the same lesson. Carbon proof is becoming part of market access. For manufacturers, this means energy data, product data, supplier data, and emissions data need to become operational systems. Waiting until a buyer asks is an expensive way to learn. At the ASEAN level, green transition financing is becoming more strategic. Whether the capital comes through local banks, sustainable finance instruments, or yuan-linked debt, the direction is clear. Cheaper capital will matter in the race to modernize infrastructure. Thailand's Bangkok EV charging push added the urban infrastructure signal. Net zero depends on boring but essential systems: chargers, permits, grid readiness, maintenance, and user confidence. The operator view for the week is this: plan the system, not the slogan. The companies and countries that move fastest will be the ones that connect sustainability to power, waste, capital, logistics, compliance, and project execution. That is where the green factor is focused. Practical sustainability intelligence for operators, founders, manufacturers, developers, and sustainability teams across Southeast Asia. Subscribe for the weekly signals that matter.